do you define the difference, sir, between pan-Africanism as an ideology versus pan-Africanism as practical political strategy today? For instance, why is it an economic necessity?
Pan-Africanism is about the solidarity and the unity of African states and African diaspora. It means that we need to understand that one by one we cannot fight the debt issue, cannot fight the multinationals. So we have to forge a common unity, an economic issue, and to understand that Africa is so rich. There are so many wealth on Africa that it is impossible for a single African country to get the benefit of it. So we need to forge a continental, a global African policy that
Mhm.
could benefit the resources for the African people. So the strategy is that we have to liberate each African country from its colonial domination, but to understand that each African liberation is linked to the liberation of another African country. It was a task of the African liberation movement in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, but now in 2025, we have to fight different issues. We have to find the way Africa was indoctrinated in the war against terror by the US, by NATO. We
Mhm.
have to fight the issue of migration, the war on migrants. We have to fight the climate issues. So there are so many issues that needs a united Africa, and
Mhm.
there are so many global issues that needs that Africa speaks with one voice at the global level. And
Mhm.
this is why Pan-Africanism is still relevant today, but it is a little bit different than at the time of decolonization. It's about building a new organigram of African power. It is about building a new complex of African relation with other global powers such as
Mhm.
Russia, China, Iran, etc. So it is about
Africa as
building
a
a new world.
pole in this multipolar world.
This is part of the issue, but Africa
Mhm.
itself has
Mhm.
different poles
Mhm.
because South Africa is not Nigeria, Nigeria is not Senegal, Senegal is not Algeria, Algeria is not Ethiopia. So you
Mhm.
have different continental power, but they are not working on the same scale and on the same level. So we need to build a common policy,
Mhm.
especially on foreign affairs, on diplomacy, on
Mhm.
security, and on economic issues.